Hi everybody, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on GODTV. I have a question for you. Is the nation of Israel a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, or is it just an amazing coincidence? Well, I've got Daniel Juster with me here, who is a top Messianic theologian, and I want you to answer that question, Daniel. Is Israel just a giant coincidence?
Well, Ron, the biblical text says over and over again that Israel, after a long exile, would be returned to their own land. And in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, it even indicates that their return to the land would take place before they have that experience of the inner heart change and the filling of the Holy Spirit. So I think when you look at the amazing nature of Jewish history and all of these biblical texts, it's really clear that Israel is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy.
Okay, if Israel's a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, as you know, most of Israel does not believe we're part of that saved remnant. What is the purpose of unbelieving ethnic Israel on earth today?
Well, ethnic Israel is the key to the redemption of the world, because Romans chapter 11 says that when Israel turns back to the Lord and they receive Him, they are fully accepted back. It will be life from the dead. That when all Israel is saved, the blindness will be removed from the nations. So it is the purpose of the church, Jew and Gentile, who are both members of the body of believers, to effect the salvation of Israel, leading to the redemption of the world.
Yeah, but I've sat with different pastors who've tried to convince me, even though they're not anti-Semitic, they say it's great that the Jews have a nation, God bless them, but the church is the new Israel. How do you answer that?
What the New Testament is really saying is that something surprising happened, which wasn't previously anticipated, that Israel would be extended into the nations, and that people from the nations, when they come to Jesus, participate in the meaning of spiritual Israel without displacing ethnic Israel as a nation. And that's why the New Testament says things about the church and their priesthood that are parallel to Israel. So I have this definition of the church, which is kind of astonishing. The church is those from all nations who, through faith in Jesus, have become joined to Israel and its destiny for the sake of world redemption.
Okay, so that makes me think of the idea of a one new man, or the Romans 11 olive tree. How do you view this olive tree?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, before the coming of Yeshua, Jesus, the olive tree is the people of God, and the people of God is the Jewish people, Israel. That's the only thing in it, except for a few exceptional individuals. But after the coming of Jesus, now you have those from the wild olive trees grafted into the Jewish olive tree, and that's what I mean by the fact that the church is those from all nations that have become joined to Israel.
Right, but there's a warning in that passage too. Paul is not just teaching theology in Romans 11. He's also warning the Roman church that you better not judge these natural branches, the Jewish branches, that were broken off. What does he say there? Well,
he's saying that even if they were to go as far as they want to go in denying the spiritual condition of the Jewish people, saying it's bad, nevertheless, even those broken off branches are preserved. And he says, though they are enemies of the gospel, they're still elect, and there will come a time when they are grafted back into their own olive tree. So only of Israel is the olive tree said to be their own olive tree.
Right. So you see a future revival amongst Jewish people?
Yes, there'll be a national revival where the nation as a whole will turn to the Lord, where we read in Romans 11, 25 and 26 that the Redeemer will come forth from Zion. And this is my covenant with them when I take away their sins, the nation of Israel, and so all Israel will be saved.
So we went from the none to the, or maybe just a few, to the some, and we're moving to the all.
I believe that.
Did you hear that, friends? There was almost no Jewish believers on earth 100 years ago. And then a revival came in the late 60s, early 70s. And now we have a remnant, the saved remnant of Israel. But it's leading to Romans 11:26, all Israel being saved. Friends, make sure you go to GOD.TV so you never miss an episode. And you can find me at roncantor.com.
Please follow Ron on Twitter and Facebook at Ron S. Cantor to find out more about Ron and his ministry. For more information on GODTV and the Out of Zion programs, or to view these programs again, go to god.tv/Zion.